Hello again. Welcome, family, to the community. I'd like to thank you so much for being a part. Please like, share, subscribe, as well as comment on the content. I'd like to give a shout out to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining. Your presence is welcome. Well, today I would like to discuss the interview with the National Association of Black Journalists and the conversation with President Trump. And I welcome you to join me as we walk through and review this particular content. It is for educational purposes only and fair use. Thank you so much. Okay, everyone, we're going to review this clip of the interview with President Trump. It's been so much controversy surrounding it. And I just would like to offer my opinion on it as well. So let's take a listen here.
Mic's on? Hear me? Here we go. Test, test, test. Good afternoon, NABJ, and welcome to a conversation with former President Donald Trump. This discussion continues a decades-long tradition during election years of inviting journalists to discuss the policies and their impact with the candidates who are running for president and the impact of those policies, especially in Black communities. Former Presidents George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Bill Clinton have attended the NABJ conventions either as presidents or as presidential candidates in past years. NABJ is currently in conversation with Vice President Kamala Harris's team to schedule a Q&A either in person or virtually in September. As journalists, we use opportunities like these both to inform our reporting, but also to help voters understand the choices that they face in a consequential and historic election year. NABJ has partnered with PolitiFact to fact check this conversation in real time. You can access that feed on social media using the hashtag NABJFactCheck. Again, the hashtag is NABJFactCheck. We have a lot to get to, and we do not want to waste any time. So let's bring out the former president of the United States, the Republican nominee for president, former President Donald Trump.
I'll tell you right now, the vibe is very negative to begin with. Okay? But I'm gonna let it play because this is very important that we establish the context of what is actually taking place here.
Thank you. How are you? Mr. President, we so appreciate you giving us an hour of your time. I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims.
Okay. Let's back up. A lot of people thought that it was not appropriate for him to be here today. Well, why did you invite him exactly? Because I don't even like how this starts off. I don't like the tone of it all. The tone. is a disgrace. Before the first question is even being asked, the tone of it all is it's quite disgusting, if you ask me. Let's continue.
Claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabbit to describe Black district attorneys. You've attacked Black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking Black supporters to vote for you, why should Black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think
Before President Trump responds, I've got to say something. Is it me? Or did I not hear anything remotely close to or pertaining to any type of policy? Is it me? Because I thought, based upon the statement that she presented, this woman in blue, Rachel, I believe her name is, I thought we were here to discuss policy and how it relates to the Black community. I didn't hear, I don't know if it was me or not, but I didn't hear anything in that question that pertained to policy. One moment, let me back up. No, maybe I need to back up a little bit. Let me see here. One moment here.
Rachel Scott, ABC. Thank you.
Let's hear this again.
Mr. President, we so appreciate you giving us an hour of your time. I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabbit to describe Black district attorneys. You've attacked Black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking Black supporters to vote for you, why should Black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question so in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say,
I agree.
hello, how are you?
I totally
Are you with
agree.
ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network.
I just want you all to know that I agree with what President Trump is saying. This is horrible. This is absolutely disgusting. How dare you give the impression that Black women in journalistic positions do not have the fortitude to be able to conduct ourselves in a professional manner. Now, I don't know. It could be me because you always want to look at the man in the mirror. But I feel something oozing off of this journalist lady in blue. I feel this. This has nothing to do with policy. It has nothing to do with moving us forward as a people and a community. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. So I don't even understand why you invited him there. I'm not understanding that, but I'm going to let him respond here.
And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country, including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs. I've done so much. And, you know, and I say this, historically black.
Okay. Yes, we are all aware of the president's record. We're all aware of that. I want to get to something else in this clip. Give me one moment here. Let's try this.
I think it's a disgrace.
Let me just ask a follow-up, sir, and then we'll move on to other questions here. Some of your own supporters, including Republicans on Capitol Hill, have labeled Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first Black and Asian American woman to serve as.
Wait, I just want to say how disrespectful that was. The way she did it, the whole tone of the matter, that was very disrespectful. I mean, let's face it, folks. This woman works for someone, right? She works for someone. And not only that, you're talking to a boss. Where's the respect? You're speaking to a former president. What is wrong with you? Where are your manners? This is the question that I have. This is so not reflective of who Black women are. Yes, we have attitude sometimes. Okay? But you're in a professional setting. A professional setting. And you have biasness dripping off you. Okay, let's.
Vice President be on a major party ticket as a DEI hire. Is that acceptable language to you? And will you tell those Republicans and those supporters to stop it?
How do you define DEI? Go ahead. How do you define
diversity, equity, inclusion?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Is that what your definition?
That is
give me a
literally
definition
the words
then. Would you give me a definition
DEI.
of that? Give me a definition.
Sir, I'm asking you a question, a very direct question.
Define it for me if you would.
I just defined it, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only...
Wait a minute. She said, I just defined it, sir. Are you serious, lady? For real? He asked you to define DEI. DEI is an acronym that stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. But that's not the definition. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That is not the definition. Okay? Along with your tone as well. That's unacceptable. That's not right. And that's not fair. And it is disrespectful to any man. Okay? That's disrespectful to any human being. What is wrong with you? That's not the definition.
Only on the ticket because she is a Black woman.
Well, I can say, no, I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much.
Wait a minute. I can't, I can't. One moment. I want to know the definition of DEI. So I can know that. Now, this is Wikipedia. Yes, okay, I'm going to read the definition. It says diversity, equity, and inclusion are organizational frameworks which seek to promote the fair treatment and full participation of all people, particularly groups who have historically been underrepresented or subject to discrimination on the basis of identity or disability. I just had to read that because, that was important because, that's what he was asking for.
And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black. And
I didn't know Kamala Harris was black either. Did y'all know? I thought she was Indian all this time.
Now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She is always identified as a black woman.
I respect either
black
one.
College.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't because she was Indian.
Did she say she has always identified as black? She went to an historical black college. That is what she just said. That's what she just said. She said Kamala Harris has always identified as black because she went to a historical black college. Well, ma'am, a lot of different nationalities go to historical black colleges. That is so simple-minded and uneducated, might I add. Now, Kamala may have went to an HBCU, but if you went to an HBCU, don't you tell nobody, okay? Don't you tell anyone that you ever been to an HBCU, because I know they can produce a graduate that knows the definition of DEI, as well as how to talk to people when you invite them over. I mean, but that may be mixed with home training as well, but you get the gist.
All the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you believe that
I think somebody should look into that too when you ask continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
Yes,
it's a direct question,
absolutely.
sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is a DEI hire, as some Republicans
I really don't
have
know.
said?
I mean, I really don't know. Could be. There are some, and there are plenty. I know this lady right over there.
I can't, guys, any longer. I just can't. You know what? I think that we as a people have to understand that we have a right to choose something different. One moment, let me take this off the screen here. Okay, where is the... Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Wow. That is so embarrassing. I've got to say how embarrassing that is. How is it that we move forward as a people and as a community when we allow someone to build an entire fantasy or just put an idea out there and then allow someone to run with it and just build it. Now, I don't believe that Kamala Harris is Black. I don't. And that's okay. It's okay to be Indian and Jamaican. I mean, that's fine. I mean, why is that so important when the color of her skin and her gender doesn't pay any bills in your house, put any money in your pocket, or any groceries in your cabinets and your refrigerators? How does that actually help you? I'm not, understanding the correlation between her gender, her color, and what it is that can better our community. I think it is important and we owe it to ourselves to give ourselves the best chance that we can give ourselves. And I believe that it will happen under President Donald Trump. I support Donald Trump 100%. I apologize that you were invited into a total lion's den and you came out. How God brings all of his children out of turbulence, tribulations, and mountains. And we arise victoriously as we should. Trump 2024, all the way, the negativity, stop it, keep it. Why does everyone else have to join in with you? Why don't you just go in a corner and sit there and be miserable? Or come out and talk to someone, get some help. I mean, this is crazy. We're actually having a conversation about someone becoming president over someone's color that changes in and out of everything. Oh, come on. Come on. We are smarter than that. Let's start acting like it. Please like, share, and subscribe. I thank you so much for joining the community. We will talk again soon. Thank you, and you have a wonderful day.